Hello everyone, welcome once again, and today we'll go with a further discussion of annuals. So we'll learn further. So we have learned in the previous class that what is annuals. Annuals are group of plants which complete their life cycle in one season or in 1 year. Okay, and then these plants, they vary in like widely in the forms, in their habits, in their growths, in their flower colors and flower size, and they beautify the surrounding and exhibit a good show of bloom at low cost and labor in different type of seasons. Okay, so today we will discuss about the selections of the annuals. First of all, like based on the growing season, we will discuss based on the growing season. Okay, growing season. So what are those growing season? That is summer annuals, rainy annuals, and winter annuals. So from the name only summer, you understand that it is mainly grown in the summer season. Okay, so the summer annuals are sown. Which month it is sown? It is sown in the end of February or beginning of March. At the last week of February or the first week of March, and seedlings are transported. जो seedlings होते हैं, okay, transport किए जाते हैं मार्च के अंत में, okay, in the end of March to April. And these plants grow luxuriantly and produce flowers under high temperature. Like in this season also you can get beautiful flowers. Okay, in high temperature also you'll get beautiful flowers, and they have the ability to survive. वो survive कर पाते हैं extreme धूप में, extreme high temperature में. Okay, especially of North Indian plains. Their example are like zinnia, kochia, portulaca, okay, and then cosmos. And here I've given the example. The first picture you can see, that is sunflower. Okay, that is the example. One example that I've put the picture is of summer annuals. Now we'll talk about the rainy season annuals. So again, rainy season annuals, from there you understand that it is mainly grown in the rainy season. These annuals are sown in which month? In the month of June. Okay, and the seedlings are transplant. पहले कहाँ पर plan होता है? Like seedlings in that nursery, like they manage it in the nursery management. Okay, and then in the like they are taken care. Okay, like they will plant the seed in the small small pots, and after that when it start growing into seedlings, they are transplanted in the month of July. Okay, on the field. Okay, so they can withstand heavy rain. Okay, they can, like summer annuals, they can bear the sun. So same way in the rainy season, these types of flowers, they can bear the rain and the high humidity in the atmosphere. Okay, so they are example like amaranthus and then balsam, and here I have put the picture of cockcombs. So cockcomb is the example of rainy annuals. Now we'll come to the third and the last, which is based on the growing season, that is the winter annuals. So winter annuals, most of the annuals, they have been introduced by the Britisher in India. Okay, जो winter annuals है, okay, they are mostly like introduced by the British people. Okay, by the British people in India, and these annuals are able to tolerate comparatively low temperature. Okay, low temperature या फिर cold temperature, they can survive, वो survive कर पाते हैं, and hence are grown in winter season and bloom best during this season. And winter season में ही like you grow it, and then it start blooming also in that season only. Okay, and there is a large number of winter annuals available in wide range of flower forms, size and color. Like there are so many varieties or hybrids, okay, of winter annual flowers that also of different colors, different size, shape. Okay, so they bring a ride of color in garden. Like it beautify, like it gives so like because of this multiple color, it beautify the gardens. And these are some of the annuals which emit sweet fragrance and make garden fragrance. Like most of the winter annuals, they have a good fragrance. Okay, they have good fragrance. And these annuals are grown in which season? They are grown in September, and they are transplanted in October. Okay, sown in September. In the nursery management, they are taking care, and after that they are transplant from there the seedlings to the field on which month? In the month of October, in the plains, okay, or in the field. Whereas in hilly, okay, in the plain area, they are transplanted in October, whereas in the hilly area they are planted in February. Okay, they are transplanted in February to March and July to August. So some of the example are like China Aster, okay, Carnation, Calendula. So here I have given two example of winter annuals, that is Carnation and Calendula. So this is about the selection based on the growing season. Now we'll see the selection based on utility. So different annuals are suited to different situation and purpose. Like you have seen, even the example I've given you previously, so like related to the season. So here also, like different annuals are suited to different situation and purpose. Okay, and then what are those? Therefore, selection of these flowers can be made according to the following purpose. Okay, so what are those purpose? Firstly, that is the bedding purpose. Like in a garden, like you want to grow that type of plant which spread and like for bedding purpose. So there are like some example like this one: portulaca, balsam, zinnia, candy tuft, ice plant, petunia, sweet sultan, dahlia, marigold, even marigold also, like the small one, like which is very good in the bedding purpose. Like even for marigold also there are so many varieties, so for bedding purpose also there is another variety. Okay, and then after that the carnation. So there are so many example, and one example I have put here, the picture of petunia, the first picture. Okay, so it's really good for bedding purpose. And second is for fragrance. So for fragrance also, like for the sweet like fragrance, okay, in the garden. So for that, what you plant, what type of flower you will have to plant, that is based on the utility of the fragrance. They are like carnation, sweet pea, sweet sultan, sweet william, sweet alyssum, etc. So here I have put one example. The second picture is of sweet alyssum. Okay, now based on utility, for cut flowers, they are like carnation, anthurium, sweet pea, sweet william, aster, and then cornflower, sweet sultan. Okay, there are some example. I'll give you all these notes, and then if you want to know like how they look, and also you can search from the net also, you will find the structure. Okay, so these are some example. And then for loose flower, based on the utility, for loose flower, they are which type of flower? Marigold, annual chrysanthemum, okay, annual chrysanthemum, aster, and then sunflower, zinnia. And then I think you already like you know how it look, marigold how it look, sunflower how it look. Okay. Now the fifth one is for hanging basket. For hanging basket, the example are like daisy, okay, verbena, phlox, and sweet alyssum. So sweet alyssum, again it comes for hanging basket. You can use it for this purpose, for hanging basket also. And the picture that you already have seen here, the second picture. So it's good for hanging basket also. Now number 6 is for shady situation. For shady situation, like especially if it comes for shady situation, so the type of flower, it should be like long type, like the structure should be long. Okay, so salvia, you can see here the third picture, that is salvia. Okay, this is for shady situation. Now we'll come to the second part, that is the rock garden. So in rock garden, which type of flower they use? Commonly they use ice plant, nasturtium, verbena, phlox, etc. So you can see here the fourth picture is of ice plant. Now for screening purpose, what type of flower they use? It is hollyhock and sweet pea. So this flower, the picture that is the fifth one, is of hollyhock. And now we'll come to the last 3 point, that is for peculiar shape, that is dianthus. Okay, dianthus, this is like for this purpose, for peculiar shape. Okay, the picture you can see here, the last one. And after that, for pots, okay, for growing in pots, so they are like carnation, anthurium, petunia, etc. Okay, petunia also you have seen the picture. And then for dry flower, they are like acroclinum, nigella, lady lace. Okay, so these are some examples based on the utility. Now we'll come to this one, the selection based on the color. So white flower annuals like alyssum, okay, alyssum, and then this one phlox, papaver, zinnia, dianthus. So here I've given one example based on color. First one, that is dianthus. Okay, white. This is a white flower annual. Okay, and second is the blue, purple, lavender color annuals. They are like this one. Callistephus chinensis, and then verbena hybrida, petunia hybrida. So here I've given an example of petunia, the second picture, and then the last is yellow and orange flower color. So this example are like calendula officinalis, and then marigold also. So here I've given the example of calendula. So all these are like selection based on the color, based on utility. Okay, so and then based on the growing season. So these all like selection you have to keep in mind, that what, like based on what you have to choose the selection. Okay, next is related to the factors which have to keep in mind while we plant annuals in the borders. So these are 4 important factors that you have to keep in mind when you grow annuals at the border parts of your garden. That is the growth habit, their height, okay, and then the flower colors and the flowering time and duration. So these are like the 4 major factors which you have to keep in mind while planting annuals in the borders. Now we'll talk about the scheme. So related to scheme, the first that we're gonna discuss is the salient features of color scheme. So they are the first I have note here is the primary color. So what is the primary color? That is red, yellow, and blue. And then the second is the secondary colors, that is orange, green, and violet. And the third is the neutral color, that is white, gray, and black. And other than this, there is also tertiary color, that is cream, pink, and shade color. Now like other than this, there is this one also, like green being color of foliage. They dominate throughout the year in the garden, like being the foliage. Okay, and then red being warm color, it dominates during the winter season, and yellow during the spring season. And then red, yellow, and orange are warm colors. And lastly, that is the green and blue are cool colors. Okay. Now other than this, there are 3 common color scheme in the landscape. There are monochromatic color scheme. In this annuals are arranged according to nearest wavelength, but only difficulty of getting pure color. Okay, so like they are arranged accordingly to the nearest wavelength, but only difficulty of getting pure color. And the second is the analogous or harmonious color scheme. In this, annuals with closely related color are arranged. Closely related color like white, light pink, pinkish, light red, red, maroon, okay, etc. in ascending or descending order. Like firstly white, after that, or if you can get off white color, after that slightly pinkish, then dark pink, after that light red, and then red, and after that very dark dark red, and after that marooned, okay, in ascending order, or even you can do it in descending order also. And contrast color or complementary color scheme in this two opposite color like red green, yellow violet, and blue orange are arranged like totally opposite, like red and green combination, and yellow and violet combination, and blue and orange combination are arranged accordingly. So these are some like features or color schemes, okay. The first one is salient features of color scheme, and after that the common color scheme in the landscape. So now we'll discuss about the optimum spacing while you do the plantation, spacing for different ornamental annuals. So the first is the dwarf annual. So what is the spacing? It should be 15 to 20 centimeter, this one row to row, and 10 to 15 centimeter plan to plan. And second is the medium annuals, okay, which is not that tall, which is not that dwarf in nature. The spacing and the spacing should be 25 to 30 row to row, and 15 to 20 centimeter plan to plan. And for tall annuals, the spacing should be 40 to 50 row to row, and 20 to 30 centimeter plan to plan. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind while you do the plantation. The spacing should be accordingly to this, so that it will look more specific and more attractive. Okay, now we'll come to the important management hint. So these are some of the important management hint that you have to keep in mind while you're doing the cultivation of the annuals. Okay, so you have to manage it in this way. Firstly, you have to do the gap filling. Do gap filling. And then second is the irrigation of at 10 to 12 days interval in the winter season, and 4 to 5 days interval in the summer season. So you have to keep this thing in mind, that you have to irrigate like this, okay, in this order, that is 10 to 12 days interval in the winter season, and 4 to 5 in the summer season, okay. And before flowering of the annuals, you have to do the broadcast of urea, okay, 20 like gram per meter square area. You have to do the broadcasting method, okay, of urea before flowering. And after that, the deficient nitrogen cause premature flowering, okay. In what type of flower? In candy tuft and salvia, okay. So you have to keep that in mind also, because if there is deficient of nitrogen, it can cause premature flowering, like there won't be like fully matured, but it will be half matured flowering. And those type of flower are like Clarkia, candy tuft, and salvia. And then high dose of nitrogen cause what? It cause premature. Like if you give so much high dose of nitrogen, also deficiency of nitrogen also cause problem. High dose of nitrogen also cause problem. It also cause premature flowering. In what type of flower? In sunflower, okay, in sunflower, in nicotiana, okay. So after that, pinching, okay. Pinching is like pinching regulate the quality, okay, and it help like in increasing the bloom, like number of blooms and flowering. It can be done when you do pinching. And lastly, you have to shade up to 2 hours a day, delay flowering up to 6 weeks. Like shade up to 2 hours a day delays the flowering up to 6 weeks. Okay. So these all the things like you have to remember and you have to keep in mind while you do the cultivation of the annuals in any season, okay. In any season you have to keep this thing in mind.